Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Oli Nishitoba. I'm currently a personal trainer here in Wellfit Gym. And if you're planning on becoming a personal trainer or you have that thought maybe lurking around in your head, this video is going to be extremely valuable to you guys. So I really advise you to pay very close attention and try to extract as much knowledge as you can. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So my name is Oli Nishitoba. Around 7 years ago, I stepped foot into the gym for the first time in my life. I was a very skinny 15-year-old, not knowing what to do exactly, but I was ambitious in terms of developing my physique and developing my mindset. Now, the reason that I got into the gym in the first place was actually because of a hard time that I faced before that. So, around 2 years before that, before stepping into the gym, I moved to a brand new school. Okay, I was studying in a school and then I shifted to a brand new school, and I was the new kid. And as you guys know, when you're the new kid in a school, you become a very easy target for people who don't have much happiness in their life, if I were to say. You become a very easy target for these bullies, and this is what happened. I got bullied pretty heavily, and I'm very grateful for that because this for sure 100% shaped who I am as a person today. So I'm very grateful for that event. But at that time, I really felt like I I was helpless. I didn't have the confidence or the strength to back myself up. And this was kind of the first push, the reason why I got into the gym in the first place. So uh, I was in summer break. So between every year, we have around 2 to 3 months of summer holiday before the year after that starts. So I was in summer break and I was at vacation back home. And I remember very vividly telling my mom that I want to join the gym. Like, this is it. Like, I want to join the gym. I had very strong conviction in joining the gym for some reason. And that was the first time I stepped foot into the gym. I was 15 years old, in between school breaks, and I made the decision to level myself up physically and mentally, to be able to defend myself and to be able to have the confidence that I very deeply desired. Now, in the beginning, I was completely lost. I had no idea what to do. Obviously, I made many mistakes, but over time, I got the hang of it, and it slowly started growing on me. It became a very strong passion of mine. Now, obviously, I saw progress as any beginner will in the first few months of lifting. And I remember going back to school after that summer break, and like my schoolmates and my classmates were shocked. They couldn't comprehend the fact that this was me. Obviously, it was not that very, big of a difference because it was just a couple of months in. But for some reason, like, their minds were blown. And I remember the same people who used to bully me started becoming very friendly towards me and started liking me more. And at that point, I'm not gonna lie, it did feel good. It felt good to finally get some attention, to fit in, and I felt like, I'm finally getting along with these people and I finally feel like I'm being noticed. Now, this was kind of the first push on why I got into the gym. A couple of years after that, I stuck to it. I kept grinding. I saw even more progress. And then I started realizing that it wasn't just physical. Like the gym, yes, sure, it's amazing to see results and it's amazing to get a greater body and get more confidence and all that. But I started to realize that it's not just physical. A huge part of going to the gym and developing your body is also developing your mind. It had a huge impact on my mindset for some reason. Looking back at it now, I know exactly why, but at that time, I was like, yeah, I feel like my mindset is really changing, it's really transforming. Now, when I turned 18 years old, I decided on becoming a personal trainer because I knew that what I wanted to do was to help people who felt just as lost as I did when I was that 15-year-old skinny kid that walked into the gym for the first time, or whoever it may be. I know how nerve-wracking and anxious it could be when you walk into the gym and you have no idea what to do. So I decided that I want to be a personal trainer. Now, at that time, I was studying in university. I was doing a business management course, and I was also doing a job that was in my uni. So I was doing a part-time job as well, and I didn't like it at all. I knew for a fact that this is not what I wanted to do. So I slowly started to take a personal training course, and I started freelancing at 18 years old. So I got my first ever client as a freelancer at 18, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. If I can somehow monetize this and turn this into my full-time income, like this is amazing. Because I tried office jobs before that, and it just wasn't for me. It's not my personality, and it's just not what I enjoy doing. But I truly had a passion for fitness. Like I truly did. So I thought about it, and I was like, if I can become a personal trainer, that would be an amazing lifestyle, because I'm genuinely passionate about this, and if I can make money from it and sustain a healthy lifestyle, I think that would be amazing. So I went down that route, okay? And this is where things started to get a little interesting, because it's not very easy. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So I got my first ever client purely off of coincidence. So I was training in the gym, and this guy noticed me, and he was like, "Are you a trainer?" And I was like, "No, I'm not, but I'm currently taking my personal training course. I'm still not certified, but I'm on my way to being a certified personal trainer." And he was like, "I want you to train me." And I was like, "You know what? Let me get your number, and we'll stay in touch on Instagram or WhatsApp." Because at that time I was like shocked, like, what's going on? And I remember mentioning to him, and I was like, "By the way, I'm just 18 years old. That's okay with you?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's completely fine." So yeah, I got his Instagram. Then a couple of days later, he messaged me. I had a phone call with him, and I was like, "Yeah, so it's gonna be X amount for X amount of sessions. Is that fine with you?" Then he bargained for a bit, and then he was like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine." And I remember I ended the call, and I was like, "Let's go!" Like I was so excited. I couldn't believe that I just got my first client ever as a personal trainer. I trained him for a couple of months, and by the way, the first client you're ever gonna get is gonna have like a soft spot in your heart. Like you're gonna remember him for a long time. I'm still friends with him till this day. So yeah, a couple of months went by. We were very happy. He saw great progress, and then unfortunately he had to travel. He had to travel back to his country because he didn't stay where I stayed. So after that, it completely died down. I had like 0 clients, and I didn't know what to do. Now, this is where I think most people in their personal training journey as a freelancer end up. Like they don't have clients, and they don't know how to acquire new clients. So what I decided to do back then was join a gym, primarily for educational purpose and primarily for character development purpose. Now, I always say this, like you don't chase results, you chase character. You chase a character that is able to achieve the results that you want. Because if you guys think about it, you don't achieve something by just thinking about it or by the current version of you. Because if the current version of you was able to achieve what you wanted to achieve, you would have already achieved it. But the reason you're not achieving your goal is because the current version of you is not able to achieve that goal. So in order to achieve that goal, you'll have to transform yourself to a version of you, to a character of you that is worthy of achieving that goal. I hope you're with me, and I hope this makes sense, because this is very valuable information that I had to learn the hard way. So back to the story, I decided to join the gym primarily for educational purposes, to educate myself on the PT business, and primarily for character development, being able to become a character that's worthy of achieving the success, being a successful personal trainer. So I joined the gym, okay? It was called Fitness First. It's here in the UAE. And yeah, I remember my first day working there, my first day as a personal trainer in the gym, I was like, what is going on? Because I entered this absolute matrix with just rules and regulations and people and managers and successful PTs and unsuccessful PTs and budgets and KPIs, and it was like nerve-wracking. I literally felt like I was a 15-year-old. I was the 15-year-old me entering the gym for the first time. I was like, what is going on? And very quickly, I realized that I didn't have the skills and I didn't have the traits of a successful PT, because I could see in that club there were people that were performing very, very well and that were like overtaking everyone's business, And there were most of the people who had like 0 clients or like 1 to 2 clients and were barely surviving. So I could identify the differences between the two. And in the beginning, I felt bad. I was like the last one on the list. Like I signed my first 1 to 2 to 3 clients, but then after that, like it completely died down for like a couple of months. I had 0 clients, and I was like the last one on the list. And I remember speaking to the manager, because there was a manager that hired me, and then she left, and another one came, and I wasn't very used to her communication style and her like, managing style, because she was very straightforward and very strict. And one time we were having a conversation, and she was like, "Ali, you're not doing everything that you can. Like, do you truly want this? Because from what I can see, you're not doing what is required to become successful PT." And this was kind of like a harsh truth that I had to face. It was a harsh reality because I was denying it, but then I sat and thought. I was sitting and thinking to myself, like, she's absolutely right. I'm not doing everything in my power to become successful, and I have no right to complain about where I'm at. Yes, I may be the last on the list, but I truly deserve that because my actions didn't correspond into being a successful PT. Like it didn't make sense because I was doing the complete opposite of what the successful PTs were doing. So after that conversation, it was kind of like a reality shift. Guys, you must have these certain events that happen in your life which just completely changes your worldview or completely changes your character. Because I remember the day after that, I was like a completely different person. I was like super active on the gym floor. I was talking with everyone, trying to book in strategy sessions, trying to book in the complementary sessions, and I was just extremely active with everyone on the gym floor. And slowly that started to pay off. This was exactly on January 25th. I remember very vividly when this conversation happened. And on February, the following month, I broke every single KPI that I had, like absolutely destroyed them, overachieved everything. And I even have the receipts and certificates to prove it. I can throw it up on the screen. The following month, I destroyed all the KPIs, and I was on my way to becoming a successful PT. After seeing my results and analyzing my life and analyzing my personal training journey so far in the gym, I realized why I was so unsuccessful in the beginning and why suddenly I had like a huge boom. I realized that it was all me. Like, I was just complaining in the beginning. I was kind of playing the victim. But once I started taking things into control, I started controlling the things that I have control over, like my time and energy, I saw a massive difference. And guys, it's a very simple game. It's a very simple formula that if you study and if you follow, you'll be a successful PT. It's very like simple principles that you just have to internalize and follow. So yeah, I became very successful, and then after that, I got another opportunity in another very fast-growing company here in the UAE. So I remember I was having a conversation with one of the other personal trainers there, and he was telling me, "Ali, there's this company called WellFit. It's very new. It's been around for one to 2 years, but it's absolutely destroying the fitness industry here in the United Arab Emirates. And if you're a personal trainer, this is the place to be. This is where you can make a lot more money, you can have a lot more connections, and you can just sustain a better lifestyle." And he told me that there is a walk-in interview happening on this specific date. And I was like, you know what, let's go for it. 100%, this sounds amazing. So fast forward a couple of weeks later, it was a walk-in interview. It was the walk-in interview date. I remember me and him entering the building where the walk-in interview was hosted, and we saw hundreds of personal trainers. Like, every personal trainer in the UAE, I think, was there on that day. Like, everyone wanted to get a spot in this company. And I was like, dude, how are we going to get a position here? Do you see how much people are applying for the same role? He's like, man, let's just try our best and see what happens. And the thing is, the walk-in interview was like from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. So there were people constantly, like personal trainers to be specific, constantly coming through hour by hour. So there was like a lot of people that applied, and they were literally looking for like 4 people to hire, like 4 males, I think, and 4 females. So the likelihood of us being hired was like very low, very unlikely. So anyways, how it worked was there were like 5 people working in that company that were hosting the interviews. So there was a general manager, there was a fitness manager, there was a CEO, and there was, I think, the member experience manager or something like that. So there was like 5 people in the organization sitting on a table each, conducting these interviews. So yeah, my turn came, and they're like, Ali, please, it's your turn for the interview. It's like, let's do it. So I got assigned to this guy. He was the general manager of another branch of Wellfit. And I don't know what it is, but something just sparked in me. I was able to communicate so effectively, and I was able to display my passion for the field of fitness in such a way that he could feel it. Like, he could literally feel my passion. It's like something just took over me, and I was able to communicate so effectively, and I was able to show him like why I was the right guy for the role. And yeah, I remember asking him in the middle of the interview, I was like, so what are you guys looking for? Like, what trainer are you looking for exactly? And he told me, Ali, look, it's very simple. Imagine this is a Champions League, and we're trying to choose the Ronaldos and the Messis. So Champions League, for those of you who don't know, is this very big football championship that happens, I think, once a year, and only specific amount of clubs can participate, and there's always like a few players that are at the top of the Champions League. And he was like, imagine this is Champions League, we want to pick the Ronaldos and the Messi. So basically he was telling me, we're trying to pick the best of the best. And I was like, I remember in my head I was thinking like, oof, I only have like 1 year of experience like working in a proper job. Is he gonna choose me? Because like there's hundreds and hundreds of personal trainers here, and all of them have probably 10 times the experience that I do. But he was like, yeah, we're trying to pick the best of the best. And we continued the interview. I showcased my entire journey. I explained everything. I told him exactly why I was the right person for the role, and he could just sense my passion for this. And yeah, at the end of the interview, he was like, Ali, you tick all the boxes. That was like kind of a burden off of my shoulders when I heard that. I was like, wow, okay. He was like, Ali, you tick all the boxes. You're going to be contacted again for a second interview in a couple of weeks' time. And I was like, thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you, sir. And I went back. And as I was walking back, I remember seeing my friend sitting down, and I gave him this look like, yeah, I think I got the job. And he was like, bro, you got it. I gave him this look, and we went back home. So yeah, fast forward a couple of weeks, I got contacted for the second interview. And in the second interview, they basically gave me the confirmation that I was selected for the role. And I was like extremely happy and extremely grateful, because I knew that if I was to get that position in Wellfit, I would be a successful PT. Like, I knew that for a fact, because the experience that I had beforehand in Fitness First, all the harsh lessons and harsh realities that I had to face, gave me the confidence in taking that with me in Wellfit and being a top PT. So I knew that for a fact that I was gonna break records if I got this role. So yeah, the month of December was the first month of the club opening, the branch that I was hired for. That was the first month that the gym opened. And in my first month, I broke, I don't know if it's a global record, but I do know it's a local record. I broke like records. Basically, I did 123 PT conductions, which is sessions, and I did 60,000 dirhams in sales. And this was like a huge shock to them. They were like, who is this kid? Because it's very, very serious numbers. And yeah, I'll put the video on the screen when I got announced the PT of the month for the month of December.
So now, sorry for the speech. Now for the male top trainer, I think it's not that much surprise with the 123 sessions conducted. That, by the way, I never see this in my 13 years in the fitness industry. Someone did on the first month at the club opening, on his first month, 123 sessions. I never saw this in my life. And with the 60K sales, The PT of the month is
Ali.
Ali. Okay, yeah, let's go. What is your best shot? Wait, catch me on the best shot.
Don't smile. Smile straight. Here goes.
I don't know which camera.
Okay, Alas. Speech, Ali. You got 60 seconds.
Alright guys, don't know where to start, but first of all I'd like to thank my managers. Wouldn't be possible without the help of Mr. Ghazi, Omar and Diogo. The system and the environment they created made this possible. I've never seen such a system that for PTs makes our life so much easier. I've worked in many other clubs before and I can't do this in any other club. You guys made it, you guys helped me and made it a simple process to reach these numbers. So thank you guys, first of all. And yeah, I'm just very grateful to be here. You know, obviously it's just the first month, so please don't praise me. I think if I'm able to continue this kind of progress for at least 3 months, then I can take some credit, but it's just the first month, and I always say getting to the top is one thing, but staying at the top, that's where legends are made. Now, and then 1 month later, January, I again broke records doing 187 sessions, conductions, PT conductions, and 54,000 dirhams in sales. Again, PT of the month for the second month. And then the third month, I did probably around like the same, again, like 167 sessions and around 40,000 dirhams in sales. So I was breaking records every single month, getting PT of the month over and over and over again. And I'm currently in the 4th month. So yeah, the reason I'm making this video is to show you guys that the journey will be very rough in the start. It will be hard and you might think about shifting careers or changing or going somewhere else. But I'm making this video to show you that there is no light without dark. After those harsh times pass, you will see success on the other side, because I remember in the beginning how tough it was. Like, it was super tough. So guys, have hope, just trust the process and keep going, because trust me, once the ball starts rolling, it's like a snowball effect. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And this is what happened with me, literally. And once the ball gets rolling, and you know, you kind of get, you know, you get the experience and you know how the game works, because it's very simple, then life becomes very easy and very simple, and it's very easy to keep on not just becoming a successful PT for a month, but to sustain being a successful PT. Because as I always say, getting to the top is one thing, but staying at the top is where legends are made. And now, one more thing that I want to mention is once you become a successful personal trainer, these skills will stay with you forever. Like, you basically became the character that is worthy of achieving that success. So no matter where you are, what gym, freelancing, whatever it is, you will be successful because you became the character that is worthy of achieving that success. And it's all about becoming that character. It's not about chasing the outcome, it's about chasing that character that is able to achieve the outcome. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was valuable to you. The reason I'm making this channel is just to educate you guys and help you guys on becoming successful PTs. Maybe you're already a PT, or maybe you're planning on becoming a personal trainer. I'm planning on sharing my knowledge with you guys because I know it could help a lot of you out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It would be an absolute pleasure if you can follow along and watch my content and hopefully learn something from it. So if you enjoyed this video, please just leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.